The Morning Edge with Fox 2's Big Faust, Chris Knight, and Eric Johnson. The Morning Edge starts now.
Welcome to the show.
You know what today is?
Today is National Milk Day.
Got milk?
I know I should drink milk because it'll help me grow up big and strong.
Each year on January 11th, we observe National Milk Day.
Milk! It does the body good!
National Milk Day.
Celebrate milk today. January 11th, in 1878, vendors first delivered milk in glass bottles in the U.S.
Happy National Milk Day.
It's showtime.
Hey, it is. Oh my word!
Hello?
What
We have an intruder.
Hey, happy Tuesday! We've turned over a new leaf here at the Edge. Eric Johnson, the man, the myth, the rock and legend, the analogy king. He is back.
That's right.
Guess who's back? Back again. He's here to start the show on time. Eric Johnson's here, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only. Eric, how are you doing, man?
How you doing? I'm here because I'm still buzzing from last night's
Football game?
Football game.
I can't wait to see the ratings on it. Cannot
Huge.
wait.
Huge.
They have to be huge.
Oh man, what a high scoring game that was the first three quarters. That was great.
I thought it was refreshing. It was refreshing to see defense take center stage.
It certainly was. I'll tell you that. There was a lot of defense in that game. Holy cow.
A lot. But that's not surprising. That happen when you play a team a lot. That's what happens. And you get to know each other because then defense will catch up. But we say, welcome to the show, everybody. Happy Tuesday. 1/1/2022, January 11th. We came in with that real quick. Was that National Milk Day, did you say?
National Milk Day. Yeah.
That's bizarre. We should start our own National whatever day.
And you just have to submit it to Chase.
Yeah. Eric, that's going to be Eric's new job. We'll keep Eric busy.
It seems like you only got 365 of them, so you better hurry up.
Oh, well, there's multiple things.
But your brain works like that, and you would be incredible.
Oh, okay.
Today is National Whatever Day. But we welcome you into the show, The Edge. Eric Johnson, Brendan Shanahan in for Chris. Did you get any insight yet, Chris, or Brendan, into how long Chris will have you here?
I did not.
Oh, this is we're
Other
working.
than a selfie from the airplane, no.
We're working on months.
Okay.
Trust me.
It really depends on the weather, as I'm guessing.
Yeah, Chris
Wow.
is. Yeah,
You're serious, Eric.
Well, I'm telling you right now. Hi, Chris. I know you're
He'll
up
be
drinking
back
your
for
coffee.
the 17th at least.
You think so?
Yeah, I know he will be.
Okay.
He'll be back for the 17th.
This is a spontaneous one. These are the dangerous ones for Chris. These are the ones where it's like, oh man, I'm cold, I'm bored, let's go, and he doesn't come back.
And he always acts like he's busy.
Yes.
I'm so busy now. I didn't get any sleep last night.
I'm cold, bored.
I was
tired,
like, okay,
sleepy.
Tracy takes care of everything at the house. And then you've got other people who take care of your jobs. You don't do anything. You're not busy.
Mm-hmm.
The only time he's tired is when he plays fireman.
Yeah, yeah.
I was up till 3, Mom. 4 alarm.
He plays fireman for our listeners who don't know.
Fire chief.
Where is he at? He plays fire chief.
Lincoln
Yeah.
County.
That's an unpaid position, isn't it?
It's a volunteer position.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, never mind.
But it's
a play.
it's
It's a
real
play.
deal.
It's a
They go-
play
they-
position.
Well,
They do.
they do go out on real calls. I mean,
But I didn't think Chris is climbing ladders and.
that's the crazy part is him and Bobby do.
Oh my God.
That's
Then
crazy.
Then he is bored. You're right, Eric. You're right. He is bored. Then
I'm telling you, I know him.
So
Oh, man,
anyway,
cold.
he's in Florida somewhere. Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he enjoyed watching the game last night. If he stayed up for it, if you didn't see that, that's what we have going on today. We're talking a lot about it. We're here. It's the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio from 8 to 10. 636-695-2915. Jump in on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. We love it when you share the show. Of course, as always, ViperRocks.com. Again, ViperRocks.com. You can jump in and take us wherever you go. Let us know what's going on in your world. Jumping in on the Facebook line as well. Eric, you just brought up, first of all, it was breaking news. You walked in. Thanks for being here this morning. Wow.
Thanks
Wow.
for showing up to your job.
No, it's awesome, and I'm glad he is here. And he's right. Eric's new day will be the National Go to Work Early Day.
Nice.
Does this count?
Wouldn't it be National Go to Work on Time Day?
What is wrong with y'all?
Call
Come
it
on.
National Make Up a Day Day.
Tell that to Axl Rose
Who's Axl Rose?
from Guns N' Roses.
I was teasing. I thought he changed. And
now he's on time on stage all the time.
no,
You're high.
no, didn't he? I thought he became.
You need a little patience. That's all. He'll be there.
Oh, that's funny. That's good. I thought he became a different person.
How?
Didn't he change his name from Axel being more of a
To Muhammad?
No,
I have no idea.
I thought he was more masculine, and now he's not.
He's more masculine?
No, he
He's
was.
he's
He was a
still
man, and now he didn't have a change.
He changed his pronoun to prompt.
No,
That's
I
all.
don't know anything.
He's
Hey, look,
prompt.
here's the deal. And when you're a performer,
He looked very different the last time I saw him.
like overweight, is that what you're trying to say?
I don't
he
know.
looks
Just
rotund, a little more rotund. It doesn't matter. He's still
You know
Axl
what?
Rose.
It's like that
Right.
picture, that one of the last pictures we saw of Steven Tyler, where the meme's going around. It looks like your great aunt.
Damn.
Steven Tyler does.
Look,
Steven
yeah.
Tyler lost his mind. Axl Rose lost his mind.
Steven Tyler looks like he smells like Avon perfume.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and
You
so does
know?
Axl.
You know what?
Axl lost every bit of what he was. It's unfortunate.
Well, we all do.
No, you
Yeah.
don't. No. Mick
Name
Jagger,
somebody
Mick
that
Jagger
hasn't.
didn't.
Hey,
Are
Keith
you
Richards
kidding
didn't.
me?
93 tight end for
No,
Mizzou. You
no.
still the same dude?
No,
Frank Thomas?
No, you guys are no Frank Thomas. Doug Flutie, baby.
Well, Doug does look halfway
no,
decent still.
no, I didn't start dressing
Look,
like
if
a
you,
woman. Like, okay, you know
he
what I'm
has
talking
been
about,
doing that
Brendan.
since
Your
1978.
analogy is like way off base with Frank Thomas and me. We're talking about Axl and Steven Tyler just
But
losing
they're
their mind.
performers.
This is a great conversation.
Lots
And I'm
They're
of-
serious.
performers.
There
I
are
don't know-
performers
look.
who don't go off the deep end like that.
But
Here's
there
the
are-
deal.
Elton John was doing it forever.
Here's the deal.
but
David
Elton,
Bowie-
but Elton never changed. Elton was who he was pretty much
No,
most
he
of the
did
time.
change.
Not a lot.
This is good. I think about this all the time.
And Bowie was
I do.
painting his fingernails from the get go. So I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
But I always think, look, these guys are going to
And
look
you know
different
exactly
than they
what I'm
did.
talking about.
These guys are going to look different than they did back on their MTV days, which there aren't even. The MTV's gone. It's not even there
Well,
anymore.
sure.
But the thing is, do you want to see him or do you not want to see him? Do you want to see
Right.
Steven Tyler looking
Yeah,
like your
that's
crazy old aunt,
no,
or do
that's
you
all-
not want to see Steven Tyler?
No, I don't want to see him looking.
So
like
you
the
don't want to
crazy
see
aunt.
Aerosmith no more. You're
Just
done
put,
with
as
Aerosmith.
Robert says, dude looks like a lady.
He does look
Right.
like a lady.
That
That
it's
is
not
the
just
line.
this funny song.
That
Yeah.
is the line of the day. He became his song.
Yeah. Do you want to see the bands that brought you your favorite songs back in the 90s and the 80s? Or do you not want to see that anymore because they look like your uncles and your grandfathers now?
I mean, I guess.
Is that I'm
Well,
serious
look at
question.
Mick Jagger. Seriously, that guy is.
yeah, but
but
Mick didn't turn into dude looks like a lady.
no, Mick has been has
Axl
been
ha-
like that forever.
Axel has, and so has.
It's all because
Steven
of the
Tyler.
stupid wide brim hat that Axl wears now. That's that big old like Zorro hat
Yeah.
that he wears.
Yeah.
There's funny
He
memes
does that
with,
in
there's
scarves.
funny memes with him too, where
Yeah.
it's like he just
He used
Vince
to use
Neil.
a bandana.
That's a
now
great
he uses a scarf.
Here's a good one. Motley Crue, Vince Neil. Can't sing. You can't even fit him in the studio anymore.
Yeah, Vince
He's so
Neil looks
big.
like he
You-
ate Nikki Sixx.
But do you want to go see Motley Crue, which was one of the biggest
yes,
rock tours
when
of
they
all
come
time?
to town, and you're getting me tickets.
But if Vince Neil were the drummer like Tommy Lee, he wouldn't be able to do that round and round thing because it would get stuck at the top all the time.
hey, seriously, that's interesting though, Eric. You said because you know who can sing and who can't. I really don't. I just hear a beat and I know if I like it.
Yeah.
So Vince Neil had a rep for not being able to sing.
Do you have
I
that
thought he-
stuff, Brendan, on YouTube?
I
There's
can
if
find
you
it.
go to YouTube.
I always thought that he sounded pretty good. So you're saying that was all
Oh,
computer generated, or
no, back in the day he could sing.
okay, that's
there
what
were
I
no
thought.
computers
So you're
back
saying he
then.
can't sing now?
It's debatable.
Okay. well, yeah, that doesn't
It's not-
surprise me. Like we all lose a talent.
Yeah,
We
no,
lose our
he-
ability, and especially with all the drugs and alcohol and everything else he's done over the
He's
years.
well, the human voice is the one thing that, like, if a bass player can always play bass, guitar player can always play guitar, drummer, it's a little harder, but you can always play drums. You can always get back in shape.
Axel looks like he lost his eyebrows. LOL. I know.
No, you're right.
He paints them on now.
You want to go hear "Welcome to the Jungle" with a big fat dude singing it? Cool. But if you, I mean, seriously, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's how you're going to see it.
Welcome to the snack bar.
Okay.
Drew Collins says Bon Jovi, he really lost his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to
you'll
keep
hear
your
him
voice.
saying
I
that.
can't keep my voice
That's what
into
I'm
the,
trying to
into
tell
the
you,
end of the
Eric.
show.
So
People
even-
lose voices.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi, last time I saw him in concert, he would do his songs, but he would say, "Hey, I can't do this in the same octave that I've done it in the past."
Yeah.
He's like, "So here's what it is, guys," you know, and he still comes out and he does it well. It's just not like, wow, it's more like, whoa.
Steven Tyler just screeches now from the Facebook line. Axl Rose looks hideous.
I know I'm dating myself, but Dokken is the worst. Don Dokken is absolutely. You don't even know who Dokken
I know
is.
who Dokken is. Pretty much most of the 80s rocker guys.
Yeah, not true.
Art Alexakis
most
from
of them,
Everclear.
The
most
guys
of them
from
do not
Styx
look-
can still sing their asses
Yes.
Oh,
off.
you're talking about singing. I was talking about what they look like.
Art Alexakis from Everclear sounds like he got chopped in the throat. It's horrible.
Jack Blades from Night Ranger can still sing.
Absolutely. Tommy Shaw, all those guys.
Tommy
can
Shaw,
still, they can all still
yeah.
sing.
They all can still sing.
Robert Peterbones says, dude looks like a lady.
That one has just tripped you up
It
today,
has,
hasn't it?
because it's funny. Because Steven Tyler does look like a lady.
Okay.
And
You know,
that's our lasting memory of Steven Tyler. He's not the cool dude anymore. He's the dude that looks like a lady.
oh, I disagree. He is cool.
Well, yeah, I mean he's cool, but when you look at him, he's not. You know that. And that's
Well,
not
if
being
you didn't know
disrespectful.
who Aerosmith was and you saw him walk into a Schnucks, maybe I would agree with you. But
Drew
he
Collins
still
says
is.
no, the worst is David Lee Roth. Now he looks like his
Yeah.
talent, which is bad.
Sad.
And David Lee Roth has said
Yeah.
I'm not going to sing anymore.
No, he quit. He's
Yeah.
done. That's sad too, man.
Here's
Is this?
Vince Neil. Isolated track.
From when?
Secondhand hood deals out in Hollywood. Got a 65 Chevy, private planes, tradable and powder goods.
No, that's old.
That's
I'm
good.
just
no,
saying,
no, no.
But you're saying I would
No,
do
I'm
that.
talking a new,
sounds fine to
like
me.
2015 live Vince Neil.
Okay.
You will not.
Oh, sure.
You will be like, how did someone pay for that ticket? Anyway, that's how they feel about me every morning. How did somebody pay for this ticket? I'm not some. I'm
Good
no.
thing it's free.
I'm no different
It worth
than Vince.
every,
Yeah, it's
worth
free.
every
Yeah.
penny of it.
I should be bitching about nothing. No, you talk about the coming in late thing. I don't know what it is about coming in. I don't come in late. I told Chris I'd be here at a certain time.
What?
way
Nobody's
back
getting
in
on
the
you
day.
about coming on late.
But that's how these guys roll. Axl Rose has always been a guy. He gets to a venue, and if you're at 8:00 start time, you'll see him at 9:15. That's just how he is. That's how he's always been.
I know.
A lot of people are
like
like
that life are just
A lot of people
No,
are
I'm
like that.
just still trying to get to the
it's called
stage.
disrespectful, is what it is when people do that. Hey,
Yeah.
what about Bret Michaels? Can he still sing?
Yes.
I always liked Bret
Somewhat.
Michaels.
Yeah, somewhat.
I think so.
He seemed like a decent guy. Did your paths ever cross?
With Brett, yeah,
Yeah.
we just saw him a few years ago down at the Lake of the Ozarks.
Did he give you the time of day?
Yeah.
Or did he look at you?
He was
like,
doing some dog rescue thing, I think. He was doing a concert, but he was doing like a rescue, dog rescue, promoting dog rescue.
Here's a live performance from
From when?
This is 2019 is what it says. Like when he did that, this is like when he fell off the stage and all that stuff.
That sounds really bad. That sounds like me on stage.
See,
Gotta get on Medicaid. Where's my little bit of ride?
yeah, it's not fun being part of the comedy on stage at that point. You want
Oh,
to
my
get
goodness.
the catering as fast as possible.
Yeah, that's
Come on. Rush never had that problem. When you would go see a Rush show, you knew they were still
Oh my
together.
God, this is funny. I got this. Did you ever hear this? Since this is the topic we're on right now for a couple more minutes. Drew Collins said sad. And Drew Collins is a musician, right? For those who
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
who joins the
I
show.
don't know, but-
I thought he was at one point in time. From my text line, Allegedly, Steven Tyler wrote "Dude Looks Like a Lady" when he saw Vince Neil in a bar from behind and thought it was a chick.
That is a true story.
There you go.
That is
See?
a true story.
We got our peeps keeping
Yeah.
me up to date on things, and I appreciate
Mhm.
it. Pete, you got the best quote of all.
Yeah, but that's
We
how
are all
everybody
getting old.
was at the old down there by the Rainbow and down there by the Whiskey a la Go-Go. Back in the day, if you didn't turn the person around, you didn't know who you were asking out.
Gosh, yeah. Faster Pussycat, all
It
those
was-
guys.
Vic, it was bad.
Here's
dude.
David Lee Roth isolated vocals from '78.
Why from '78? That's when he was good.
But
I'll
it's
tell you all
horrible.
about it.
Listen.
I found the simple life ain't so simple.
That's not bad.
No, but
When
what is
I
your
jumped
point? Why are you
out-
playing?
I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
it's
put
all
it weird.
good. Back in the day.
We're
No, but
talking
are you trying to
about
say this is
David Lee
good
Roth.
or bad?
I said I'm saying this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's from
Compared, I
78.
know, but then there's
Ain't got
stuff that comes later. So this
Well,
is what he
yeah,
sounds
they're
like.
all good when they start.
The original
before.
Duh.
Let me find. I have an after for you too.
Now, the original isolated,
Simmer
the
down.
original
Well, we
isolated
got to put you
track.
in your place sometimes. You start to get out of line a little
The
bit.
original
Start
isolated
telling me
track.
things.
I'm trying to educate you, Vic.
I
The
like
one,
to.
the one that screwed everybody up was when they did what McCartney.
Linda McCartney.
Linda McCartney had her isolated track.
Yeah.
And that was the one that started it all off. It's like, oh my God, I sure as hell hope that she's not in the mains. I hope that people can't hear her actually singing. And then that became the catalyst to hearing all these people
Frank-
singing horribly.
Frank says, I love singers that you can't understand when they talk, but sing great. Allah, for example. Who would
Mel
that be?
Tillis.
Mel Tillis, yeah. He
Mel Tillis.
couldn't talk, but he'd sing great.
Yeah, Mel Tillis could not speak straight. He had a speech impediment,
Hey,
but when
isn't-
he sang, he was perfect.
Who
I've
are we
got
listening to?
I've got Linda McCartney coming up
Okay.
for you.
Isn't Motley Crue coming to concert this summer
They're trying.
in St. Louis?
They're trying to do that big Monsters of Rock thing, but I don't know that they're going to
What
get it
is-
together because Vince can't get his crap together.
Oh, my God.
This is-
Oh,
Linda
this is
McCartney.
Linda. This is Linda McCartney. This is why you shouldn't have your wife in the band. Destroying Beatles songs.
Linda, how about we turn the mic down just a wee?
I cannot believe this happened.
You've never heard this before?
No.
He's laughing.
Who, Paul?
Paul's laughing. He's like, oh, man. Good thing I love her. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, this isn't even the bad. You didn't even get to the bad part.
No,
Oh,
yeah, no. Where they
wow.
get to the
Look,
It's
all
really bad.
It was a love story. She was on stage trying to play piano. I don't even think she was actually playing piano either.
So seriously, you were saying before Brendan played the music,
Yeah.
that Vince can't get his act together. That's
No,
what
he's too fat. He doesn't have the breath. If you could ever find one of the Vince Neils where he's live in concert and he can't even say the
they're
words
supposed
anymore.
To, yeah, but they're supposed
that
to be
was
like
it.
No,
it was
no,
like
no,
a
that
3
was
or
not even
4
close.
person or 4 band tour this summer. I thought it was like
Motley
the headliner.
Crue. It was
yeah.
Motley Crue. It was Def Leppard. When it was Poison, and I think even Joan Jett was going to like start
Yeah,
the whole
Joan
night
Jett.
up.
You're right.
So it was like going to be this
Wait,
4
so
band.
that's not for sure right now.
I
thought it was.
would be for sure if it wasn't for A, COVID, and B, Vince Neil
Right.
not getting his act together. Nobody wants to go out with Motley Crue with Vince Neil looking like a roly-poly and can't sing, songs. Can't sing any songs. It's a true story. Look it up. I mean, Fox 2 should put this on the air
No, that's
tonight.
what I'm asking. That's
No,
what I
it,
was-
it is true. He can't do anything. He walked off stage 3 times because he couldn't finish the set.
Yeah. He backup singers were singing his parts for him. The girls, the 2 chicks that always tour with him.
Oh my God, Vince Neil is so out of shape. That's why they delayed the start from Drew Collins. Jory says Cheap Trick still can put on a good show. Wow.
Sure, absolutely.
That's okay. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Well, it's been a nice little journey down.
Journey can do a great show still.
Well, yeah, they got a new singer.
It's like a whole new band.
Yeah.
It's Neil Sean playing with, look at all these guys. Foreigner's the same way. There are a lot of bands out there right now. Like Quiet Riot was touring with no original guys.
Right.
Foreigner was touring, and sometimes still does, tours with no original dudes. But
So-
the company makes money still.
Would that be like if you started Shooting Star and you were like one of the bass players
Yeah.
from the band and you toured as Shooting Star?
Shooting Star has no original member. No, Steve, the drummer Steve, is now the original guy.
But if you went with like Shooting Star with 2 R's, could you tour with that?
Well, I played like for a nanosecond with this guy named from Bad Company, Brian Howe.
Yeah.
He was the second singer in Bad Company. I went down and played with him for like I got off the plane and left. But he was doing concerts as the singer of Bad Company. So people would buy the ticket thinking they were going to go see all these Bad Company songs, and Bad Company sued him and said, you got to stop that. And so he got busted. He couldn't do it anymore. So, yeah, a lot of bands will try to do that stuff.
Dang, that's funny. All right, we got to take a quick break. First break. It's nice talking about this. Who's this?
This is
David?
all David Lee Roth screams only. And I thought it'd be some great music to take us to break.
That sounded good.
I know. It's all his screams edited together.
Yes. Yes.
That's
I
good.
want you to end your
That's
show
good
tonight
stuff.
on Fox like that.
I want to walk into the studio.
You'll be a millionaire next week.
That's awesome.
Vic Faust, brought to you by
All right, we come back.
Purina. I don't even know what that means.
Neither do I.
Brought to you by the St. Louis Blues. Vic Faust screams. Only at 5 and 6
That's
on
awesome.
Fox 2 News.
Hey, still to come. We'll talk about last night's game and how it affects a lot of things going on in the world today. Very, very interesting. Why Stacey Abrams is welcoming Joe Biden to Georgia.
Oh,
today.
my God.
She's a gubernatorial candidate, and she's not going to meet with him. I'm like, I don't think she wants anything to do with him
This is
or
ridiculous.
the president and the vice president coming to Georgia, and she's not meeting with them.
Devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal.
Oh, my gosh. It's bad. Francis Howell did something with their masking the other night. Rockwood's going to do something tonight. We'll get in lots to talk about. We had a little detour, a little fun, because that's what we try to do on the show as well. Check out the Facebook line, 100.7 The Viper. Jump in. The screen. That's awesome. We'll be back with it all. Just a moment. You're listening to the Eric Johnson, Brendan Shanahan. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2.
Don't let a wet basement or foundation problems destroy the value of your property. Get a free estimate from Woods Basement Systems to fix the wall crack, bowing wall, and leaks and restore the value of your home. Plus, get the security of the Woods Basement Systems transferable warranty. Call Woods, the highest rated, most reviewed contractor for all things basementy at 888-900-1721. Special offer online at viperbasements.com. That's viperbasements.com.
Everyone always talks about magic during the holidays. Magic, as in objects miraculously appearing at your front door because you had them delivered through the Home Depot app. Magic, as in predicting the future, knowing what a product will be like just by reading our customer reviews. This may all feel like magic, but it isn't. It's just good old-fashioned cutting-edge technology. Make the holidays yours with a little help from the Home Depot app. How doers get more done.
Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. Being a baseball fanatic like me can be stressful. It's not all sports points and touchdowns. So Progressive is going to help you take your mind off your team for a moment. Instead of thinking about how they missed that goal point score, think about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, letting you choose coverage options based on your budget, unlike your team that missed the end zone net area. Well, anyway, hope this distraction about Progressive's Name Your Price tool was helpful. It sure kept me from thinking about all those penalty balls. Yay, sports!
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Weber Chevrolet has been in business since 1902. No other car dealer in St. Louis of any brand can say that. Nobody sells more Chevrolet, period. Weber Chevrolet is one dealer with 3 roofs. In Missouri at Olive and 270, and in Illinois Metro East, Columbia, and Granite City. All easy to get to, just follow the 270 loop. Also, all online accessible at WeberChevrolet.com. Right now, Weber Chevrolet is open but very thorough in their cleaning, disinfecting, and social distancing rules. And don't forget, Weber Chevrolet service departments are award-winning and second to none. In fact, other dealers send their problems to Weber Chevy to fix. Now during this crisis, Weber Chevrolet has teamed up with Detroit to come up with awesome deals to help people save money and manage their budget. Discounts, incentives, and the ability to not make your payment for up to 4 months. Weber Chevrolet since 1902, WeberChevrolet.com.
Hi, my name is Ted, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Shake is when the peppermint shake is available, that's to me sort of announces that the holiday season is here. I guess most people count down the days until Christmas, but me, I count down the days until the shake comes out.
Hi, I'm Michaela, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Milkshake is that first sip when you taste the peppermint chip pieces, it's like catching snowflakes on your tongue.
Share a peppermint chip milkshake from Chick-fil-A this holiday. Available for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters carries a full line of automotive parts and paints. They're a PPG Platinum distributor of automotive paint and industrial coatings and auto body shop supplies. For over 40 years, your hometown auto parts store is Midnight Auto. Stop in at Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters, just off Mexico Road, 447-4000, 447-4000, on the web at mid-niteautosupply.com.
Lowe's Provember event is back, and we're thanking pros like you all month long. So when you become a Pro Loyalty member, now through November 24th, you'll get a welcome kit via mail, Lowe's bucket included. It's all part of Provember, going on online and in stores. Lowe's, the new home for pros. New accounts only. More terms and conditions apply while supplies last. Visit Lowe's.com/ProLoyalty for details. U.S. only.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. You're listening to the Edge, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Eric Johnson, Brendan Shanahan in for Chris Knight. I'm Big Faust of Fox 2. Appreciate everybody joining us today. The time now is 8:30. Yeah, we had that whole first segment. You never quite know where we're going to go with everything, but that whole first segment with rockers and old rockers and things of that nature. By the way, the Super Bowl halftime show coming up in a few weeks. Do you have any idea who's in the Super Bowl show?
No. The halftime show?
The halftime show.
How do I not know? I know last year was the weekend, and everybody's like, "Really? Is that going to keep you in your seat?"
I didn't think he was bad.
I didn't think he was bad, and
I didn't think he was
I would
memorable.
argue with my kids about like, well, he's one of the most popular guys in the world right now, but is he the one that's going to cross that generational gap of keeping everybody in their seats? How many people are going, "Who's the Weeknd?"
Well, Super Bowl halftime show, 5 rap and R&B legends are going to take the stage at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, and Eminem. Those will be this year's biggest performers on the Super Bowl stage. And by the way, if you remember, they don't get paid. They do that all for publicity.
Bow, wow, wow.
I mean, you know, it's the time. Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, the best concerts that they ever had on the halftime show, and this is kind of not debatable, Prince, when it started raining and he's doing Purple
Absolutely.
Rain. I don't know how you script that one out. When you had Michael Jackson fire himself off the top of that building or that the sign, remember the TV that when then he appears on the stage. That was amazing, especially for the time period. I mean, U2 was memorable. But no, this isn't going to be a memorable one. I don't mean this.
It depends. Janet Jackson, that was a memorable one.
You know what? It wasn't
Justin
until
Timberlake.
that. Yeah, it wasn't until Justin had that malfunction.
Cindy is playing up to you, Eric. I'd rather see PRL.
Who wouldn't? Who would?
There you go. It'd be fun to watch you guys. That would be fun.
A monster funnel.
The top 15 ranked of all time.
I didn't mean to bring this up, by the way.
No, it's all right. Stevie Wonder and Gloria Estefan in 99. Justin Timberlake, 2018. The Stones in 2006. Lady Gaga, 2017. Maroon 5, 2019. And the top 10 are The Weeknd from last year. Bruno Mars in 2014. J-Lo and Shakira in 2020. U2 in 2002. Madonna, 2012. Katy Perry, 2015 is number 5. Janet Jackson, 2004 with the Nip Slip. Beyonce and Destiny's Child, 2013. Michael Jackson, number 2 in 1993. And number 1, unanimous, is the Prince.
Yep. And who put that list together?
That list is from
Because
NBC Sports.
And how did they put it together?
They did a compilation of ratings. It was done by ratings and listener and viewer comments.
Okay, cool. There you go. So that's coming up. We'll see if they can put that tour together this summer because that's a ticket I would love to go to, by the way.
I mean, Vince could make $1 trillion.
I would love to watch.
He could make $1 trillion if he just made himself like Nutrisystem. This Vince Neil, I gotta get ready for this tour.
Well, remember like Janie
and
Lane?
they did a before and after, and they said, Vince, if you can lose 70 pounds on TV before you go on this tour, we'll give you $10 million.
Yeah, but if you're a trainer, and your job is to lose weight and work out, if that's your job for 6 months, I'll tell you what, I could easily do it. If that's my job for 6 months,
crap, you can. It has nothing to do with that.
If my job for 6 months is to do nothing but work out, eat healthy, and I don't have to worry about anything else.
That's not how it works.
I could do it. Yeah.
It's not how it works.
Why? What do you mean?
Because you only go to the gym with these guys for an hour and a half a day. Okay, and then they say, here's your keto diet. Oh, and by the way, you need to get enough sleep so that your cortisone levels don't shoot up. Oh, and by the way, you see that 2 gallons over there of water? I need that thing done by 6 o'clock today.
But if that's your job, to do that, then why?
I don't know.
I can do it.
What do you think?
If that's my job to do every day,
Are you really? Yeah, because it's a combo. I think you can do it, and I think anybody can do it. Here's the issue, and it's the same issues I've had. But how long can you do it for?
Yes,
right. And that's mental toughness. Toughness is being able to run through a wall once. Mental toughness is how many times can you get up and continue to run.
Do you know the comedian Kamal Nanjiani? He's the one that became.
No.
He's in Stuber and lots of stuff. He's the Indian or Pakistani comedian.
Yeah,
Big Sick and all that.
I like him.
Right. He's hilarious. He was in a Marvel movie. He was in the Eternals. So he went from being this sort of like flabby, soft dude to he is jacked.
Oh, no doubt.
And he talked about, he was on Kimmel and talked about that. And he said, well, he's like, how did you do that? He's like, well, it was my job for 8 months to do nothing but work out every day. And he said he worked out for like 5 hours a day. He had nutritional trainers. He said everything was cooked for him, brought to him, everything.
Yeah.
So it was and he shredded. He was like a marshmallow.
Okay, most people that live in Wentzville, Missouri, or St. Peter's or St. Charles that want to lose weight and they see the keto products at Walmart will not get to that level.
Well, that's different. That's not what I'm saying, but that's not their job. They still have to go to the Chrysler plant, right?
Who's the guy? Who is the guy, the heavy set guy that lost all the weight in the last like 5 years? I mean, you don't even recognize him. He was a comedian. Jonathan, I thought, I'll figure it out. If somebody else can, he has really curly hair, and he is big, huge, and buff now. And he was Jonah. It's Jonah. The actor.
Oh yes.
Jonah.
He was in
Jonah
Wolf
Hill.
Wolf on Wall Street.
Check out Jonah Hill.
Yeah, but he goes back and forth constantly.
Oh, okay.
He goes back.
So
and
does
forth
Oprah
constantly.
Winfrey. Some people just have a genetic makeup.
I love bread.
Yeah, some people just have a genetic makeup that's just not going to let them stay skinny.
Drew Carey from the Facebook line lost a ton of weight and has kept most
Al
of it.
Roker, but
he had to match the skinny microphone.
Al Roker had surgery to help him out.
My friend saw Al Roker and he was kind of a jackass to me. He went up and did like some sort of little like weather thing to him, and he's like, funny.
Yeah.
And my friend goes, yeah, I deserve that.
Yeah, none of those guys on that morning show over on NBC seem very chipper.
Yeah, they do.
Not to me.
So there you go. We'll continue if you guys want to chime in.
I mean, like P90X for a lot of people is like P.
Oh, because Brett Michaels got us on that.
Yeah. No, Vince Neil. Vince Neil. From Motley Crue.
Brett Michaels. Remember the Celebrity Fit Club show that they would do?
The Brett Michaels has diabetes. Brett Michaels is always he's always being challenged. He doesn't drink. He doesn't do drugs. He has a needle and a syringe with him at all times.
Well, a needle and a syringe for what?
Yeah, he's got type 2 diabetes. He's almost died a few times.
Well, he had
I remember
brain. He had the brain hemorrhage.
11 years ago or
Yeah.
12 years ago
Yeah.
that happened. I remember that.
Yeah. He loves music so much, he keeps himself in shape, and he still does it.
He hosted our New Year's Eve party at one of the radio stations that I was at before, at Pops. New Year's Eve party at Pops with Brett Michaels. It was great.
Brett Michaels hosted a New Year's Eve party at Pops?
At Pops.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What year was this?
It wasn't, maybe 10 years ago?
Just
Oh,
stay,
my
just something
God.
like that. Stay in shape, guys. Drink water. Cut the carbs. Get off the couch. Just stay in shape.
Well, that gets into the whole situation.
You'll
going
feel
on.
much better.
Well, that's the whole COVID situation.
Yeah.
What we're not hearing in society, what we don't hear all over the news airwaves, what we're not hearing from health officials, which we should be, is that 80% of all the CDC released it, but we're not talking about it. 80% of all these deaths, you're talking about people who are obese. 80% of all.
No. Yes. Yes.
What?
But the CDC's new report, not just one comorbidity, 4.
Well, I was getting to that. This 80% were obese. 75% of all deaths due to, quote, COVID had 4 comorbidities.
Not one.
So
if you have diabetes and that's it,
so think
you're
about
okay.
that. 75%.
If you're hitting for the cycle, then
but we're not talking about, quote, being as healthy as we should in our society. And that's what we should. There should be as much emphasis on, shouldn't there, on how to be healthy as there is on, and mask and vaccines and okay. But then where's all the where are the choices for when it comes to food and less alcohol and everything else and moderation?
Yes.
We don't talk about it because we don't want to offend people, or that's what doctors don't want to. So, it's a big deal. And with that being said, when you get into the COVID, because when we try to take the show where you guys go, we were just having some fun. Cindy, we'll jump into it. Okay, here we go, guys. I don't know if you saw this. Cindy's asked 2 or 3 times. Let's talk about Hidden Valley. Okay. Hidden Valley is now open for skiing. You don't have to show a vaccination card to ski outside. Okay? Okay, fine. You can go and ski. And you can use the restroom. But to go inside to the lounge area and eat or drink, you have to show proof of vaccination.
Wow.
So we enter.
Wow. What?
You need a hot chocolate? Let me see if you've had your shot.
They say if you want to eat, you can go to your car. So if you don't, just as the same thing that we talked about for a long time, if you want to make your voice heard, and it sucks for you if you didn't get vaccinated and you don't want to go in there, don't go.
Yeah, but
You're allowed.
But where else are you going to go?
You don't have anywhere else.
You don't have.
You don't have anywhere.
Is it.
You live in
You don't
St.
even have any
Louis, and I'm
snow
sorry.
outside. You can't even go sledding. If you want to do anything of
Take up cross country skiing.
If you want to do anything of
It's
a recreational
basically, they
nature,
said-
it's a monopoly.
Basically, they said just bring your own stuff, do your own thing. You can still use our hills.
Hey, that's
and
that's great.
And that's where it is.
That sounds like the east side. You can use. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna just let that go. I don't want to get into where I was going with. So,
Todd Bodaker says my son with special needs is not eating in the car. I'm going to look into suing them. That would be interesting, Todd. If you do, please keep me posted.
It's not a
That
public
would be
place. It's a
business.
private.
But here's the thing: businesses can do whatever they want. We have talked about this a million times. They can force vaccination. They can force you not coming into their place. You don't have to go. They don't have to serve you. That's what this whole COVID thing
I think you need to
has been about.
The problem is that you've been lied to, people. That's unfortunate. The CDC has kept information. This is the truth, Vic, and this is what is starting to come out. They are saying you cannot use our lodge if you're not vaccinated. Really? The vaccination, look, we're here for the 1 millionth time, and I'm sorry that if you're sick of hearing this, you will spread COVID-19 to your colleagues, to your friends, to whoever if you are vaccinated. if you choose not to be vaccinated, maybe you have had infection. We are now finding that if being infected from COVID is just as much of immunity as anything else. T1 and T2 killer cells will protect you. Brent, you've had COVID, correct?
Yes.
You are in good shape, my friend.
And I've been vaccinated.
And you
so
know what? You might get this bizarre, mysterious sniffle maybe this year, maybe next year, and it might be COVID. And you know what?
But I won't.
That's
know it.
about it.
But I didn't know that I had it this time.
Yes.
I did not know that I had it. The only reason like I said, the only reason I even tested is because my wife was sick.
And you had it.
And I showed up. And I had like the PSR, so I mean it wasn't like I
Correct.
did the at home, the crappy air swab your nasal and wait 10 minutes.
Well, it's interesting because yesterday we were told, we had a doctor that we interviewed, and this doctor who we interview a lot said, if your stomach doesn't feel good, if your throat doesn't feel good, assume it's COVID. And I looked at the TV. I mean, I was on air, but I'm like, okay, that's the doctor. She knows more than I do, but assume it's COVID?
Everything that when I was going to get tested, we were looking to get tested.
I was just surprised that
it said,
I heard
assume you have COVID. If you can't get into a test and you feel in any way, shape, or form feel bad, assume you have COVID.
Here's another thing that is just fascinating, and this is going to come out, Vic, and everybody. If you were a 24-year-old kid, say, and you died in a car wreck, and this kid had COVID when he came in here in 14 pieces because of his car wreck, you died of COVID-19. You are part of the data that says 800,000 people died of COVID-19. No, it was that semi-tractor trailer that he ran into is what killed him. That data is now being propagated and will come out eventually. And we will look at that data and we will go, wait a minute. So COVID didn't actually kill this many people?
But if they have COVID and it's in the death certificate, don't the hospitals get some sort of extra stipend for that?
Yeah, they do. Echo takes us back to COVID 101 in the early days. It is interesting, though, as well, when you break all of these things down. Once again, first of all, just remember, there's just over 3,000 kids in the hospital nationwide. That's it, and we don't have.
You can't even
300,000.
You can't even fill the family arena with that nationwide.
Kids are not dying from it.
Exactly.
The death toll. We're talking about 1,400 people.
Not 100,000, like Sotomayor said at the Supreme
Court. She said 300,000. I think she got her decimals or her commas messed up. 1,400 people in the hospital. It's crazy. In the St. Louis area, we're told they're all COVID, but we still are averaging just 12.9 deaths per day. Once again, when we had 700 people in the hospital, 50% less during the last surge, the deaths were over double. So I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying that it's a much better situation that we're in now than where we were before. So in the midst of all of that going on, you have people wanting to be safe and over safe, and there's no problem with that, right? Well, Friday night, let's start here first. Tonight, Rockwood has called a school board meeting to go back on the mask mandate. See, here's the thing. They were going to stop the kids from being forced to wear masks, mask optional.
Okay.
They're going to have a school board meeting tonight, which they're probably going to do away with that and go back to, requiring masks. Friday night, Francis Howe, they're always providing stories.
I know.
I mean, whether you like them or not, they called an emergency news dump Friday meeting and then told us what they decided afterwards. They put masks back on kids in the Francis Howe School District. So they had an emergency meeting Friday night. It was quick, so nobody could really go.
We got an email in the middle of the night about it.
We had an emergency meeting.
Yeah.
And this is what's going to happen.
This is your guys' problem, man. Go to your next board meeting. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, how do you bring facts up at a board meeting? Sometimes you just have to. These masks don't do anything, but they are hurtful. But I don't know that I have the energy to even deal with this anymore. There's other fights to be had. Apparently, one of the council members over in St. Louis County basically changed her stance. So it's going to be interesting to see if St. Louis County becomes completely masked up again.
Here's my feeling about it, though.
We can address that, too.
My daughter's the one that has to wear the mask. I'm like, well, how do you feel about wearing the mask? She goes, I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
Wow.
Right. I said, it's up to you. It's up to you. You can stay home. You can do whatever you want. I said, but, as far as the masks go, what do you think? And she's already had COVID.
It's
so
abuse.
she had it back in December, so she's not worried about it at all. And I said, how do you feel about the mask? She goes, I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
It's abuse.
She said, you were so used to it now that it doesn't make a difference.
Well, once again, let's remind everybody the stat that we gave like 5 minutes ago, just because I saw somebody on the Facebook Live. 80% of all COVID deaths, according to the CDC, not Eric, not me, not Brendan, the CDC, were people who were termed obese. And that means very obese because because the hospitals give you a little leeway before they'll call you, quote, obese.
Yeah.
75% of all those deaths, 4 comorbidities per person.
Yeah.
So the doctor who told me that, or broke it down that we had, said, what that means is, and it's sad state of life, because in life we have life and we have death, is that unfortunately, as sad as it sounds, the people who had 4 comorbidities were in a really bad spot as it was. And something was probably going to happen before too long anyway.
Correct.
And that sounds harsh. This isn't me talking, but you think about it. These are CDC numbers. This isn't giving an opinion, and this isn't being controversial. This is stating what the CDC said.
Yeah.
Yes,
that could be in a teleprompter anywhere.
Yeah,
in
so the
today's news cycle.
CDC is saying all of that. So that's why you have to be concerned about health, obesity, and talking to people about food choices that they're making and life choices that they're making. Is it going to continue on with masks? Who knows? But that's the main point. You can't forget about what's actually caused the sorrowful deaths.
Yeah. I want to talk about this councilwoman. I don't even know who it is. I just skimmed across it. I don't know if you know anything more about it.
You're talking about Miss Shalonda Webb. She's awesome. I love her. Her son is a really good defensive tackle. He's getting some college offers now. He's a senior. Shalonda is a St. Louis County council member, just like Tim Fitch. And she really didn't do that. I mean, her and Rita Hurd-Days, the council chair, all they did last week was change their votes to say, yeah, we're for mask right now, requirement, mandate, whatever you want to say, because the numbers in their community had skyrocketed. Now, she had COVID as well, but this happened last Tuesday. It happened over a week ago. It's not something new. We just did a story on it last night. But once again, these are the same 2 people, Shalonda and Rita Hurd-Days, who are still not fans of Sam Page. Don't get caught that they are not fans, and said as soon as they saw the cases go back down, they would judge again and vote to go against it. But once again, just because they voted for it, Eric, if you watch their story or you go back and watch it, once again, Tim Fitch says it's illegal. Tim Fitch, and then Eric Schmidt says it's illegal. And Shalonda Webb said, Rita Hurd-Days said, well, the reason I voted for it is because our county counselor said it was legal. Basically saying, if it's not legal, I wouldn't have voted for it, but I have to trust the county counselor. Throwing the onus on the county counselor, even though it's going to be thrown out. Eric Schmidt's going to win this one again. Wow. I know Brad Young said that he doesn't think he is, but I've continued to talk. And Brad,
did Brad say that? I didn't even hear Brad say that.
Brad said that the Republicans have it wrong this time.
Oh, damn.
He says that Tim Fitch and Eric Schmidt have it wrong. However, I had another attorney say, no, they've got it right. So it's very confusing, once again, throwing his stuff in there. And this comes when Shalonda and Rita Hurd-Days are getting blasted by some in their communities because they were Democratic African-American women siding with Republicans against a Democratic county executive.
Okay.
And guess where most of the cases have been coming from again? In the hospitalizations.
North County?
And North St. Louis.
North St. Louis. Wow. Well, no, it becomes even more confusing now because I thought and I think I've even said it, like, okay, let's say your county executive and your the board of directors. What if they both say, yeah, we need masking? Okay, then I'm cool with it. I kind of feel like I meant that. If you have this vote and it's like it's unanimous, go ahead and do it. But when you have the county voting against the county executive, then all of a sudden I feel like, yeah, the government does or the state of Missouri has a right to step in and say, no, that's illegal. And now you're totally this doesn't seem as confusing now if the county council has voted for it and Sam Page is saying.
We talked about this last week.
I know. But now I kind of feel like, all right, there is a mask mandate in St. Louis County.
But here's the thing. The state's top attorney says, no, they did it illegally, just like they've done 2 other times. Eric Schmidt says, I've won 2 other times. It's the same thing. I'm going to win again. Ben Brown, who's running for state senate, did a story with KSDK the other night. Explained the rules out, said, no, this is why it's illegal again. Tim Fitch explained it at the council meeting and in Elliott's story last night. Why, once again, and he said it at the council meeting, this is an illegal vote. It's going to continue to be beaten down, and all we're doing is wasting time
Agreed.
And money and trying to confuse people.
A lot of wasting time and money, but Shalonda Webb basically voted for it now because she had COVID. That's
not why she voted for it.
Well, seems like it's part of the headline anyway.
Well, no, part of the headline and doing it for that are 2 different things. There was a campaign against her and rid of her days in their communities, and other Democratic leaders were trying to rile people up against them. Listen, we need this in our community. We need to keep our people safe.
Right.
That's what happened. Shalonda and Ritter are terrific in their positions. They have been terrific council members. They really have been. They're active. They care. They're very intelligent women, and they just decided to turn. But now, once again, as the state's top attorney is telling people, don't wear a mask. It's not legal. I'm the attorney general. I've won on this exact same issue twice, and I'm going to win again.
Yeah. We need a game changer in all this.
And guess what? It was split right down party lines.
Yeah.
4 Democrats vote for, 3 against, because we all know COVID has turned blue and red, and then pride enters the game. No matter if there's information on either side, nobody's going to cross. No, we're standing on our side.
Yeah.
Regardless.
But the good news is that the word endemic is starting to come up. The word end of COVID is starting to come up. And they're saying now that some of the therapeutics and some of the vaccines.
Who's there?
A lot of these viral experts across the country are starting to say that Omicron might be the best thing that's happened to this disease.
You've been saying that for about.
No, I didn't say anything. I'm not smart enough to say anything about.
No, I mean, you've said that on this show a few times for the last month that Omicron's a good thing because it'll run through the community.
Yeah.
And immunity will happen.
Yeah. So that this thing is going to burn out eventually is the word.
Well, we got to go to break.
I like it. All right, we'll take a break. We're late. Sorry, we're late. Eric Johnson, Brendan Shanahan. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Back with more right after this. The fastest 2 hours of Morning Talk Radio. Don't go anywhere. Come back. We'll have some more fun.
Happy holidays don't just happen on their own. You make them happen with a little help from new appliances at the Home Depot. Because warm wishes won't roast that turkey. You'll want a new convection oven for that. An air fryer will help make the season light and delicious. And while you're at it, consider a new LG or Samsung fridge that's big enough to hold all kinds of Christmas cheer. Make the holidays yours with the season's best savings on top appliances at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Hi, this is Conrad Bellman at Bellman's Carnection in St. Peters. Right now is a great time for you to get a Carnection truck, car, van, or SUV. With our huge selection, you'll be sure to find just what you're looking for. We take lots of trade-ins and are buying pre-owned vehicles every day. Get that quality pre-owned vehicle you've been wanting from Bellman's Carnection in St. Peters at Highway 70 and 370, where you'll never pay the max. Online at carnection.com.
Panera believes in saying yes. Yes to clean, fresh ingredients. Yes to the new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread topped with rich mozzarella. Yes to delicious mac and cheese. Yes to putting it on a sandwich, creating the grilled mac and cheese sandwich. And yes to impromptu road trips to Sandwich, Illinois. Because that's living life to the flavor fullest. Get $1 delivery when you order on our app. Panera. Live your yes. Pricing and product availability may vary. Visit PaneraBread.com.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Now another hour of The Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles. The Edge Morning Show.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider and are only available if the provider determines a prescription is appropriate. Subscription required. See website for full details and important safety information.
Hey guys, good news. The expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means the prescription medication to treat ED is super affordable at 4hims.com. And now get your first online doctor's visit free at 4hims.com. That's right. Zero copay, no awkward face-to-face conversations to get your prescription. That's really good news. To start your free online visit, go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/joy.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Come on, one more rep. You got this. 10. There it is. Nice work, man. You're a beast.
Thanks, man. I feel better than I have in years. And I got to tell you, taking Nugenix makes a huge difference for me.
Nugenix? That's the testosterone booster with TV ads with Frank Thomas. The big hurt, right?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is testofen, which helps boost free testosterone levels and increase lean muscle mass.
Well, it's clearly working for you. Hey, are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try for themselves?
Yeah, Nugenix is a great way to increase lean muscle and feel stronger with more energy and endurance.
Man, I need to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix.
No problem. You just got to send them a text. Text TIGER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help get you back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text TIGER to 42424. That's TIGER to 42424.
The Edge Morning Show is coming right back.
You need to shop Kohl's right now. I mean, they have so many deals. I got 60% off holiday decor, so I'm set for next year. Fleece for under $20 and 60% off bedding. Even better, I used the Kohl's cash I earned from my holiday shopping and got it all in less than an hour with free store pickup. Who's ready to ring in the savings? Select styles. Ends December 31st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Viper Weather with legendary chief meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hi, this is Viper meteorologist Dave Murray. It's a cold start again on this Tuesday morning. Lots of sunshine today. Winds pick up this afternoon from the south. That's going to help warm us up to about 49 degrees, but still chilly out in that wind. Tonight, clear skies, not as cold. Drop it back to 32. Wednesday, partly sunny, 52. Thursday, partly sunny, 48. Lots of clouds around on Friday. Friday night and into Saturday, looks like some rain, possibly mixed with some wet snow, with temperatures holding in the 30s. The concern would be Friday night, because temperatures should get down to about 30 degrees, but a long way off. The storm is still out in the Pacific. From the Viper Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray. Now back to the Edge on 100.7, The Viper.
River Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Get to your morning headlines. We talked a little bit about this today, but the Rockwood School Board will hold a special meeting tonight to reconsider its plan to drop the district's mask mandate in a week and make mask highly recommended. Francis Howell did this Friday night with an emergency meeting and then said, yeah, we put our mask requirement, so to speak, back in place. Proof of vaccination required now at Hidden Valley Ski Resort. Talked a little bit about that as well. Basically, for anyone 12 years and older before entering indoor facilities, including in its dining area to purchase food and beverages. There is no vaccine or mask requirement to go skiing, snowboarding, or tubing. They say they're just trying to be as safe as possible given the climate that we're currently in. Well, the NTSB has given an update on the St. Charles County plane crash from Saturday night. They said it was a Beechcraft Baron 58 aircraft. It was leaving Spirit of St. Louis Airport, headed to Centennial Airport just outside of Denver, Colorado, when they still are trying to figure out what caused the crash. It's still unclear, but they do believe weather was the major factor because the ceiling was 1,000 feet. However, they said the plane had climbed to about 8,000 feet on an instrument flight plan and then began a rapid descent that continued all the way to the ground. No communication from the flight crew after the descent began. Investigators are trying to determine if weather was a factor. They still have not released the names of the 2 people who lost their lives in that crash. About 1,400 people in hospitals across the St. Louis metropolitan area. The Missouri Health Department say they lack authority. They're trying to readjust the fight against COVID. Unfortunately, another person has died in a house fire. All of a sudden, a lot of these are starting because of space heaters. Firemen and first responders talk about it all the time. Space heaters can cause problems. You have to be careful if you're using a space heater. Some people have to use a space heater, though. 17 people died in New York City a couple days ago from a fire that started because of a space heater. Let's look at your morning headlines. I'm Vic Faust.
The Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. You're listening to The Edge. 9:03 is our time. Tuesday, January 11th. Eric Johnson. Brendan Shanahan. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Jumping on Facebook. 100.7 The Viper. Love it when you share the show. ViperRocks.com. You can take us wherever you go as well. And of course, you can give us a call if you want. 636-695-2915. 636-695-2915. This is interesting. Shanny finds the most interesting stuff. There's new advice to skip your booster and drink your own pee instead. What?
There you go.
That's the newest anti-vax advice, is to drink your own urine. A prominent anti-vaxxer named Christopher Key won't stop claiming the vaccine is a bioweapon. Okay. All right. He says it sounds crazy. Not doing it. Not drinking my own.
After being arrested for not wearing a mask in a courtroom, Christopher Keys has come up and said that he uses his urine therapy. That's nice of him.
Hey,
Eric,
I thought that was for.
Eric,
I thought
you
that
want
was
to go
for.
to Hidden Valley? Have a shot of this.
I thought that was for jellyfish.
Interesting.
Oh,
That's a Portuguese man of war thing, man. You don't want to do that to COVID.
Hey, Bob Saget's recent podcast interview about contracting COVID-19. He had that. It was very interesting. The 911 calls being released, the autopsy results, as well as a nice tribute. Basically, they said no foul play and no drug usage either with Bob Saget. Nothing.
Sometimes you just die, man.
Yeah, and that it could take as much as 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, you don't know
before we know the exact cause of Bob Saget's death.
Cholesterol, high blood pressure. You don't know, man. People die. It's like it's unfortunate. We have better technology. We have makeup for. I mean, but the fact of the matter is our people we know have died, passed away lately, and it sucks. And when you get over 50, you need to be careful. You need to be careful, man. You can't go living life like you were 22 years old still.
Well, that goes right into this other list that Brendan gave me. The top 10 things we don't get enough of, which is very interesting. Top 10 things that we don't get enough of. You guys can take it wherever you want. Top 10 things people don't get enough of. 2,000 people polled. Number 10, laughter. Number 9, fresh air.
One.
Fresh air. Number 8, fun in general. I guess fun could mean a lot of different.
Oh man, dude, you're giving me
what
goosebumps.
Don't you get enough of that everybody needs?
Dude, you're giving me goosebumps. Keep going.
Number 7 is Eric all written over it.
Oh my God, this is number 7. No, it does not start with the letter S. A 3-letter word. No, it's 7, hugs and cuddles.
See? Look at him. Look at his face.
This is
face
good.
Eric's like, yes, I do need hugs and cuddles.
Say cuddles again.
Cuddles.
All right.
Hugs and cuddles.
Okay, go ahead.
And physical relation. 6, hangout time with friends.
Are you listening to this, Drew Collins? Go ahead. Keep going.
Well, you want to hang out with Drew?
No, I just want him to be a happy individual. He needs more cuddles. Go ahead.
Okay. Number 5 on the list.
Yeah.
Money, money, money.
Is that right?
Meaning you don't think you're paid what you're worth.
Okay, so you're depressed because you think that you're at a certain pinnacle, yet you're not getting compensated. Okay.
I'm sorry, I have to stop with this. Kevin Joseph, Facebook line's lighting it up again today. Eric likes butterfly kisses.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Number 4 on the list, exercise.
Yes.
Number 3.
Yes.
I thought number 3 should have been number 1.
Right.
Sleep.
Happy. You know what? It's like a bunch of. There's enough time for sleeping in the grave. Who was it that said that?
I'll sleep when I'm dead?
Will Rogers. I'll sleep when I'm dead.
And I could not disagree with that anymore.
There's enough time for sleeping in the grave.
Why don't there's going through life like a zombie is no way to go through life. I worked a morning show where I got 0 sleep.
You weren't enjoying life though.
And I forgot the last. And those 6 years are a blur.
Okay.
And that was averaging about 4.5 hours of sleep a night. 5,
Okay.
maybe.
All right, get some rest.
Number 2 could have also been number 1. Vacation days or days off.
That kind of goes in line with a lot of the other things, though. Vacation days is having fun. It's getting away. Yeah, it's okay.
So as we go to number 1, we
Here we go.
repeat 10 through 2. 10, laughter. 9, fresh air.
Yeah.
8, fun in general.
Fun in general.
Whatever that is. 7, hugs and cuddles.
Hugs and cuddle.
6, hangout time with friends. 5, money. 4, exercise. 3, sleep. 2, vacation days. And number 1, any guess what it might be, Eric? Any guess what the
Sex.
number 1?
It's not on the list.
I think sex goes in fun in general, right?
I think Chris knows what number 1 is.
Wouldn't it be number?
Is that a hint?
Sex gets to put on the list that should have been there.
Yeah.
It's the other S word. It's number 1. Sunshine.
Oh, man, got to get some sunshine.
Making, honorable mention, sex.
Yeah.
And Appletinis.
You don't know what you don't know, Vic. I'll take you out one night.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yes, Appletinis. That's
So
one of
thanks
the
for the
hidden
list there,
treasures.
Brendan.
Good job. That's good.
That's a fun list to go ahead and have some fun with. Hey, we need to get to something too. We got so much to get to in this next hour, and we will. Congratulations to the Georgia Bulldogs, national football champions last night. We haven't had a chance to talk about it yet. Can't wait to see what the ratings are. I have a feeling it will be one of the most highly rated games, considering that it was 2 SEC schools, 2 schools that had just played each other in the SEC championship. Great storylines. Nick Saban, the villain, so to speak, because he's been so successful against his student who he taught, who finally got over the hump. And how about this? We had our own Kurt Warner story for college last night. Walk on, little Stetson Bennett, 5'9" QB for one of the best football programs. Everybody else left. He was just the last man standing.
Yeah.
And then he made the most of his opportunity. He hadn't been amazing, but he was good enough. And then on the biggest stage last night, he throws 2 touchdowns in the most important moment. And he literally was crying on the sideline. He was so happy. I mean, you see guys get happy, but you see somebody crying, that's a tough kid. Yeah.
Tears of joy.
And it just shows how much it meant to him. So congratulations to Georgia Bulldogs, as the coach always says. Go Dogs.
He's your new Doug Flutie.
But now that college
He's your
football's
new
done,
Doug Flutie. Doug Flutie did one good thing in his life, and that was the Hail Mary pass when he was playing for Boston College. He did nothing in the NFL.
he did drop kick. He was the last person to drop kick in a football game.
Fantastic. Okay, he did 2 great things. But this kid,
and the Wheaties box and the Nugenics commercials.
Fine. But this kid, he did it for college football. That can be enough. You know that? He doesn't need to get drafted.
No,
into
and
the
he's
NFL.
not going. No, he's not going to.
I know he's not.
But what happened was he battled through so much, and all of us have these stories in our life. I mean, we only see the success stories, like the iceberg.
Right.
Where the ocean comes. You only see the tip of the iceberg, but you don't see everything else that's below the tip.
Everything looks like a duck, and then it's paddling like crazy underneath.
Very, 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 very few times in life does somebody accomplish something good without a bunch of heartache, sweat, tears.
Yes.
It just doesn't happen. That's life.
Sometimes you need this feel-good story to come out of nowhere. And this kid has a good feel-good story.
And to see him, I mean, seriously cry when he realized that they were going to win the game.
Yes.
It was just great to see, especially in a sport in the NCAA, excuse me, which is now a business and which has now pretty much lost its amateurism, most of it.
Correct. Oh,
I
didn't even think about that.
The only true amateurism that we really have now is high school. I mean, it was even.
Can high schoolers do NFTs?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Or can't they?
No,
can't
but
do the NIT name,
what a
image,
No, it's
likeness,
NIL.
NIL.
So
NIL.
this guy, now that I think about it, okay, he isn't Doug Flutie. This guy is going to get an endorsement deal somewhere. He is. This kid is going to get some kind of some company's going to come up to him and said, "Hey, how about $1 million to be on this box?"
Do you remember
of
the
whatever.
girl who got the college scholarship not too long ago? It was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that.
No.
She was from California, and a school gave her a college scholarship to play defensive back. Well, that was Central Methodist University where my son went.
Okay.
He said that this girl makes so much money from Nike commercials. She was in the Nike Super Bowl commercial, all these endorsements, things like that. Said that she played maybe 6 downs.
Yeah, does she
the
make a
entire
tackle?
year. No, she played like 6 downs the entire year, even a couple like on, special teams.
Yeah.
But she made so much money from Nike, said that she drove around like a brand new like Mercedes Benz
Yes.
and everything. It
And
was
this
crazy.
kid is a walk-on from a community college and wins the national championship, not against South Carolina or against UCLA, but against their rival,
right,
Alabama. This kid is going to be a millionaire in the next couple months, man.
Regardless of that,
I love it.
He's already accomplished everything when he was 3 years old.
Wheaties box. That's
He
right.
told-
Thank you.
He told his dad, "I will be the starting quarterback at Georgia," and
his dad went.
And it took up until his last, even going into the game last night, even his own fan base and was like, "Wait a second, this isn't even the best guy that should be even in this game tonight." And then he wasn't playing that well, and then he fumbled late in the game, and it looked like he gave Alabama the lead because they scored a touchdown.
Sure did.
But he's like, I can't let us lose. And then in the fourth quarter, he goes 4 for 4, throws for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns, and leads Georgia to the national championship.
That Georgia defense was pretty spot on, man.
That's what you have to say.
So, hey.
Georgia won the game with their line
Yeah.
and some of the best football players I've ever seen.
I know.
But anyway, it was a great story all the way around. Stetson Bennett is your feel-good story. It was the American underdog Kurt Warner story for college, which was fantastic to see. And go figure, if anybody ever wants to talk about SEC football and just how amazing it really is and how difficult it is for a guy like Eli Drinkwitz or any other coach in the SEC to win and win consistently, just look at this. 3 straight years in a row, 3 different SEC teams win the national title. And guess what? Alabama's going to win it next year because they return almost their whole team.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly. It'll be
including the Heisman Trophy winner, who is going to be hungry to win a national title next year and give Nick Saban at least one more title.
Exactly.
And
And Mizzou needs
that's
to
our
get out of
sports
the
for
SEC.
today.
Mizzou just
Stop
needs
it,
to leave
Eric.
the SEC.
Stop it.
And I'm saying that in a compassionate way.
Eric.
I am.
They should
Eric.
just start calling it the SEC Bowl, to be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know I'm telling the truth. They would have a much better time if they were
Eric,
like
Eric,
in
you
like
don't
a
even-
5A
Eric, I don't even have
kind of a
time to
thing.
entertain that.
Like
It's
with
silly.
Francis Howell.
The best thing Missouri ever did was get into the SEC.
I mean, if Howell was playing Zumwalt and, maybe, I don't know, CBC, it'd be much more competitive.
A couple things people wanted to bring up from the Facebook line as well. Bob Saget, Betty White, both vaccinated, both boosted, had recently had boosters. Speculation out there that the boosters could have affected.
Come on, man. Preach.
Affected their death. No, I'm not preaching.
Come on, Vic.
I'm not preaching. When you say preach, it makes it sound like I'm saying something.
I'm not asking you to say anything. Just continue
I know,
with the
but
story.
you say things often.
Anecdotal evidence
And
is
then
enough
people
around
think that
here.
I'm saying something. And I'm like, no, Eric's just going
But-
off. No, so that's a sentiment that's out there right now regarding if there's really then what happened, what caused their deaths all of a sudden out of the blue.
I have the Bob Saget 911 call.
911.
Fine.
We have an unresponsive guest in a room. My officer is telling me that there's no pulse and
Okay. Non-responsive, not breathing.
not responsive, not breathing, and no pulse.
Okay. Stay on the line for medical. One moment.
Thank you.
So if Betty White, if they find out through autopsy she had an inflamed heart at 99.9 6.9 years old.
Don't count on it. I know where you're going with this.
And they see Bob Saget had inflammation of the heart, which is called myocarditis, I believe.
Correct.
And you have these soccer players who are heart attack prone all over the world. Will this be a thing that the CDC finally comes out and says, look, we need to be a trusted agency. We're going to tell you the truth. This is something that now is worrying us.
When they say it's
I know you
making a
laugh at me,
mild-
Vic, but that is
I am laughing at you.
They'll come out and say, well, it's a mild case of myocarditis.
How is mild? You're
what's
dead.
mild about that? Yeah. What is mild about that? A mild case of myocarditis?
This is newsworthy stuff. If you have been triple, quadruple, what's after quadruple? Vaccinated. Quintupled vaccinated, and you die, and you're semi-healthy going into your 100-year anniversary, don't you think it's worth looking into that some cardiologist says, yeah, that inflammation was not good?
Yeah, but if Moderna's stock goes down and they request a 6th vaccination, they recommend that. That's the thing. It's follow the money train.
Look, there's this whole COVID thing is just a series of news cycles and a series of discovering different things. The first thing was we need a vaccination to kill this virus. Oh my God, look at a warp speed produced this vaccination. Trump did a fantastic job. It's there. Get vaccinated. We started finding out, damn, these people getting vaccinated, they're still getting the disease. That's part of the news cycle. Okay, well, but you're not dying. You get the vaccination, you go to the hospital, but you won't die on the ventilators. Okay. Well, in that news cycle, we never heard of people getting COVID-19 being reinfected or going to get on the ventilators. That's one of the stories that we need to hear about, is that if you get COVID-19, there's a great chance you're not going to end up on a ventilator. Okay, part of this story now, as it progresses along, we start to get to this thing called an endemic, which means that it will not be so killy. However, these vaccines are now part of the news cycle. Did these triple and quadruple vaccinations?
But you're forgetting about the twin-demic.
Oh, God. The twin-demic.
If you go there, I'm just trying to help.
I know. Well, I know. Okay, fine. Then dump it in there. But
I gave the stats yesterday about money, Eric.
I know. Will you hear a Chris Wallace on his other channel, or will you hear a Brett Baer come up to the CDC and say, we need to have a discussion about this inflammation that has now taken out parts of soccer teams. It looks like it's affecting kids. Betty White might have died of it. Who knows what happened to Bob Saget? That could be another part of this news cycle. Now, if it gets buried, that's challenging, man.
Eric, I'm going to.
Yeah.
I let you do your thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring you back to reality.
I'm waiting to come back down to earth.
The CDC, the WHO, and health officials all over the world would have already come out and spoken about these things that you think that a possibility of them speaking about if they were going to. We've already had thousands of these cases, including people who are very popular like Saget and Betty White passing away. And besides, it's only speculation at this point. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, deep breath, that will never happen. Because that would go against anything ever with anybody taking a vaccine
but don't you think
or a booster again, and more boosters are on the way.
But
so
don't you
let's just
think
come
it's
back
odd?
to and I'm not trying to be mean,
I got
but we
you.
have to get back to reality.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
But there is anecdotal evidence that states
anecdotal in your mind.
Well, it's
not to the CDC.
Really?
And it will never happen.
Do you think that the CDC and the WHO, like some of our members here on Facebook, are talking about saying money, 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 or save face? One of the two. Like we can't tell the people this because we've been telling the people to do this.
Eric, just remember, you're forgetting about all the other information that's out there. When it comes, although last week it was at about 30%, but 70% of all the hospitalizations are people who are unvaccinated. So that's what the CDC and health officials will turn to.
Yeah,
and
but
they
the
have,
unvaccinated aren't dying if you've had COVID.
Oh,
if you've
yes,
had
they are.
If you've
those
had
who are dying are
COVID-19, you have a pre-infected. If you
wait
have
a
been,
second, wait a minute, you're changing the game on me.
If
Wait,
I
let me
have-
finish what I was
okay, go
saying.
ahead.
70% of the people who are in hospitals right now are unvaccinated.
Okay,
and,
there you go.
and overwhelming majority, almost everybody who's dying with COVID was unvaccinated.
There you go.
There is evidence that shows those who take the vaccine, Eric, are not going to die. Do you have cases of that happening? Absolutely, because you can't generalize everything in life. However, once again, even though we have certain instances and things that come up that make you go, I don't know if I trust this, the CDC is not going to come and go, hey, you can't trust the vaccine. Come on.
I feel like we're the bow of the ship cutting through the water sometimes because we are trying and we're trying desperately to talk about what the future of what these discussions are. The future of this discussion to me isn't, I've had COVID, guys. Sorry to tell you that. I don't feel like I'm in any damn jeopardy of COVID-19 death from this point forward. I'm sorry. I just don't. Maybe I will. Who knows?
That's right.
I do feel like I would be in jeopardy. I would always feel like every single day that I had the vaccine, personal decision. I hope you guys get it if you want to get it. I feel like I would be one of those guys that would die of the inflamed heart. I do. I have inflammation in my shoulders sometimes. I have inflammation in my knees sometimes. I don't know how that inflammation transforms into your heart. So I wouldn't know. I would feel weird every single day.
You have gone off on COVID today.
I always go off on COVID.
By the way, we do cover everything on this show, by the way, Joe. We cover COVID. We cover everything. And just because Angela doesn't want to talk COVID,
yeah, she's not here yet,
doesn't mean we won't be talking COVID. We talk about current events. We talk about trends. We talk about what's going on in the country. We talk about what's going on in St. Louis, and we talk about what's going on in our state. We have fun. We're serious. We do it all. We run the gamut, and we put out more information than anybody else could dream about doing in a short 2-hour time period. So that's the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. There's our disclaimer. And when we come back, we'll get into the political side of things. Why in the world is Stacey Abrams not meeting with the president or vice president in her home state of Georgia today?
Why not?
She's a gubernatorial candidate. And they're there to talk about voting rights, which is essentially her bill.
Keep Joe away from me.
I don't know. And we'll also, Drew, we'll talk about your Washington University saying that I brought up that WashU released. And guess what? That may not be a lie. We'll get into it, Drew. We'll explain it. It's all good. We appreciate everybody bringing it. All opinions, all are welcome on the Morning Edge. Eric Johnson, Brendan Shanahan, Vic Faust of Fox 2. Time for a quick break. We'll be right back with this as well. But don't worry, we got 30 more minutes of great radio right after this.
This is the Edge Morning Show.
Live on 100.7.
The Viper.
Dirty rugs get replaced dirt cheap.
Get your home ready for the holidays and the new year with a visit to Contractors Flooring Supply and replace those dirty rugs with brand name flooring at dirt cheap prices. Contractors Flooring Supply is your U.S. Cortec waterproof flooring wholesaler, Mohawk and Dreamweaver direct carpet broker. Contractors Flooring Supply at the shops in Warrenton next to the new License Bureau.
Dirty rugs get replaced dirt cheap.
Get a grip on your finances with People's Bank and Trust's new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills with ease and all from the palm of your hand. Activate your phone today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you want the best, don't settle for the rest. Come to F&S. F&S Collision Repair provides the best customer service, quality of work, paint color match, and paintless dent repair. They do it all. No job too big or too small. Just what your car or truck ordered. F&S Collision. Call today to schedule your appointment and get that car repaired. F&S Collision Repair.
Who plans for a stroke? We do. At Barnes Jewish St. Peter's Hospital, we're educating the community and developing new ways to reduce the impact of strokes. In partnership with Washington University physicians, we're the only ones in St. Charles County using thrombectomy, an interventional procedure to treat strokes that's fast, safe, and gets patients back to their lives. When it comes to stroke care, we're your best medicine, close to home. To learn more about symptoms and treatments for stroke, visit bjsph.org/stroke.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get access. Well, not anymore, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting at just $35 a month and no contract. Plus, get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for $299, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Millions of people use Zoom Phone, the innovative and feature-rich cloud phone system for businesses of any size. Zoom Phone is simple to use, whether you're on a mobile device, desktop, laptop, or desk phone. And because every call is important to your business, Zoom Phone was built with reliability in mind, using geographic redundancy to keep your communications online. Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Visit zoom.com/phone system. Zoom, how the world connects.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb.
All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs.
Huh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Welcome to MegaNet. For slow internet, press 1. For indifferent customer service, press 2. For confusing pricing, press 3. For extremely long wait times, stay on the line. You are 87th in line, 85th in line, 87th in line, 85th in line, 85th in line.
Where there was frustration, now there's satisfaction.
Hello, this is Helen at Gateway Fiber. How may I help you?
Isn't it time you refreshed your internet provider? For more information, visit gatewayfiber.com.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
People.
There's your mix-up.
Yeah, I was like, what is going? That's cool. What is it exactly?
It's the Who and Dude looks like a lady.
Oh, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, guys, appreciate you coming back. You're listening to The Edge. 9:30 is our time, Tuesday, January 11th. Eric Johnson's here, Brendan Shanahan. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. If you wanted to give us a call, you can. The phone number 636-695-2915. Jump in on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Of course, jump in, share the show, and you can catch us at viperrocks.com. Take us wherever you go. And, of course, have some fun with us as we go. Eric, you all right before we get into the next story?
I'm fine. It's just I want to explain why this COVID thing drives me nuts.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
And it comes down to a few things. When I see people that say Aaron Rodgers isn't the MVP because of not being vaccinated, and he has a completely legitimate reason to not want to be vaccinated, yet you're not going to vote for this guy.
One writer came out and said that publicly, that they will not vote for Aaron Rodgers to be MVP because they said, quote, I can't consciously vote for MVP for a bad guy.
Yeah.
Called him a bad guy. And he called him a bad guy because he said he's a liar.
Yeah. And this whole show, I feel like I'm indirectly, in not saying anybody's name or anything, I'm indirectly kind of trying to defend how pissed off I am about situations like that. Situations like, okay, I had COVID, now I have to vote for a mask mandate in St. Louis County, or I'm Aaron Rodgers and I don't get a chance to be MVP because I haven't gotten a vaccination, or I'm being a prisoner of political war in Australia as a tennis player, and I can't get out of my, you guys aren't telling the truth about a lot of this stuff. Sotomayor, 300,000 kids are on a ventilator worldwide. No, they're not.
No, she didn't say on a ventilator. She
they're
said
in a
hospital, which was
not true.
Which was wrong.
So
incorrect. And she got called out nationally yesterday by politicians across the country.
And so that's why because I feel like I'm the only one in this room that does. And, when Angela shows up, she won't even want to talk about it. But as of right now, that's why I'm like, dude, we're living in this era of complete misinformation. And the reason that some people like an Aaron Rodgers isn't getting vaccinated has nothing to do with anything other than, look, I've made a personal decision. I don't want it. I'm going to go do my job,
No, but
and that's it.
You're missing the point, though, Eric. And here's what. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful with this. The reason that Aaron Rodgers was getting a bad rap by a lot of people nationally is because he acted as if he was vaccinated, and to each their own.
If I wanted to go to a
Because he
rock
said-
concert, I would act like it
well,
too.
let me finish. He said he was immunized. Okay, so he was trying, but so basically, his teammates had an issue with COVID or didn't want to be around COVID people. He lied to, but that's one issue. That's whatever, regardless of how you feel, and that's why they called him a bad guy because they said he wasn't truthful. Whereas somebody like Kyrie Irving with the Brooklyn Nets flat out came out and said,
"Right,
I'm not," and he gave up hundreds of thousands of dollars and stood on his principle.
Yep.
Whereas Aaron Rodgers did not want to go through, and Aaron Rodgers wasn't going to have to miss football. He just didn't want to have to go through all the protocols that you're having to go through, like some NFL players are going through, and also being fined money for not doing certain things if you don't.
Yep.
That's why. That's the whole. There's always you've got to look at a story full circle, not just headlines. And then, should Aaron Rodgers have done what he done? You can debate it. Should the writer have done or said what he did? It's debatable.
And it's exactly right. And that's why I think that the show is so passionate about trying to get to the truths of the matter. Like, I would love to know, where the hell are these little pills that are supposed to treat COVID to 90% effectiveness? Where are these little pills that you're supposed to go
Covaxoid or whatever?
Yes, whatever it's called. Go to your doctor. You have COVID. Here's a pill. Take it for 3 days straight. You'll be fine. Where is that damn thing? Where's Operation Warp Speed on the therapeutics, Biden? Why don't you get off your plane, not go to Georgia today, and why don't you work on that problem? Oh, I'm sorry, you can't, because you don't have enough cognitive ability to work on any problems. These are your handlers. Your handlers are taking you to Georgia, and they're going to make you read a teleprompter with a gubernatorial candidate that doesn't even want to be in the same room with you.
Yeah, here's what's going on today, and this really shows you how bad things are for President Biden and Kamala Harris, according to media people all over America. Stacey Abrams, who helped get elected, who helped bring the state of Georgia to Joe Biden, influential Georgia Democrat, gubernatorial candidate, said, "Thanks, but no thanks. I've already got a prior engagement." She's going to miss President Biden's all-important voting rights speech because she's like, well, there's a scheduling conflict.
Oh, my God.
She said, quote, she's like, where was her quote at? Basically, she's like, the fight for voting rights takes persistence. As MLK exhorted, the clock of destiny is ticking out. We must act now before it's too late. Thank you, at POTUS, for refusing to relent until the work is finished. Welcome back to Georgia, where we get good done. However, she's not going to meet with the president when he comes to Georgia today because she says, I have a scheduling conflict.
No, you don't. Let me tell you a little quick story.
So Biden, not only is she giving the Heisman, the stiff arm to Biden, but also Vice President Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, you're talking about the president and the vice president, both coming to Georgia, to Ebenezer Baptist Church, and place a wreath at the crypt of Martin Luther King Jr. and his wife, Coretta Scott King, and she's not going to be there.
You know why? Because she knows that Biden is not polling very well in Georgia. Let's be honest. She knows that these campaign ads are going to come up with her and Biden arm in arm at some ridiculous voting rights ceremony that nobody believes will act. Look, there's no problem for anybody in this country that is a legal citizen to vote. There's a little bit of a problem if you want illegal citizens, people who are here illegally. If that's a bit of a problem for the Democrats, I want the illegal people to be able to vote. So we have to do something about that. That's what this is all about. Let's not fool ourselves. Stacey Abrams right now does not want to be in a picture with Joe or Jill Biden because he is not. He's polling under 50%, under 40% in some cases.
Yeah, under 40%.
So let's not be coy here. Stacey Abrams is not. She doesn't have to go to a Crumbly Burger opening somewhere in Georgia. She just does not want to be there. It'll be really interesting to see what her schedule is today, to see why exactly she didn't want to be there. Look, it's politics. I get it. You can't be in a picture with Biden in Georgia right now because they're going to get slaughtered. I'm telling you right now, they're going to win back. Herschel Walker's probably going to be your next senator.
Governor Kemp has raised record money.
Yes. This is over. This is game over. This is like Georgia in the last 8 seconds of last night's game. You knew they were going to win. This is easily this is game over. The Democrats have tried everything they can to push through this radical crap that they want to do, and in exactly 11 months, it is not going to happen.
Well,
the
president has another issue going on, but it is interesting to see how this one might play out as well. The Center for American Liberty, CEO and civil rights attorney, Harmeet Dillon, she is representing a client who is suing part of this vaccine mandate lawsuit that's going forward that Eric Schmidt has for Missouri. That's being heard by the Supreme Court right now. What she's doing, she's predicting a split ruling out of the Supreme Court in the case that's going to determine the constitutionality of President Biden's COVID-19 OSHA vaccine regulations.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what she thinks is going to happen right now. She says the justices are likely going to uphold the mandate requiring health workers to be vaccinated, but overturning the rule applying to companies with more than 100 employees, which is what Brad Young specifically spoke about.
Yeah.
So that's what she thinks is going to, that's just one person. And she has a horse in this race with her client. She says, quote, I think there may be a split ruling. Challenging. She's like, it looks to me like we have 5 or 6 votes to enjoin that order. She's like, but on the one regarding the medical facilities, because the order is tied to federal funding.
Right.
I think there are some different arguments there, and the justices seem more likely to uphold that for medical facilities, but not forcing all of these businesses across the country to force their employees to be vaccinated.
Every time you take grant money from the government, you need to be real damn careful that they do not have a say in your business. The airlines are in the same situation. The airlines are a vendor to the United States government, federal, local, state, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be, when is it going to be that the airlines get a memo from the State Department, from the executive building and go, you know what, guys, we're going to withhold this money unless you have everyone vaccinated and there's masks on everybody, including your passengers. When's that going to happen? So this is a really important vote coming out of the Supreme Court right now. And
we could know in the next days up until about a week and a half. I mean, that's how quickly the decision could come. And then, of course, there'll be a lot of indirect stories that come off of that as well.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, I have no idea once the decision comes down. If you've already been vaccinated or if you lost your job, it doesn't matter.
That's and you looked at me like I had spiders coming out of my ears the other day. Do you have recourse? And here's where
you don't.
I know you're going to say no, you don't.
No,
but
it's not just me. It's attorney.
Let's say I'm working for
it's a legality issue.
I'm working for a construction company. They got 250 people. I have a family. And I make about $80,000 a year with said construction company. I need to keep my job. All right, I get vaccinated. I wear the mask. I do all the things that I've, or I don't, and I lose my job. Now do I have recourse to sue somebody for damages if the Supreme Court comes back and says, this is unconstitutional, can't do it, sorry? That's where you need to talk to Brad about, or somebody, because you can sue anybody for anything, remember? I mean, how many lawsuits can, a company or can the government really withstand to take? I guess as many as they want. But it seems to me like that's the problem here. 6 months ago, 8 months ago, whatever it was, and they said, if you don't have your staff vaccinated, you need to fire them. Well, that seems like there's some personal damages that need to come in play.
Well, what they're doing with some of the companies is they're saying, okay, you can come back. We'll give you your job back. You just have to test every week, but you have to pay for your own testing.
What, $20?
Doesn't matter. I'm just still saying you have to pay for your own test.
Okay.
It's like businesses are not going to absorb that hit anymore.
Again, we talk about this stuff because businesses are making decisions based on fear coming out of the CDC, coming out of the White House, not from Not from our government. Our government, Parsons isn't saying anything. He's like, go to work.
But again, if you
feed
look
your
at
family.
So look at a place like Satchmo's, right? Satchmo's, they don't want to be able to, have to wear masks and things like that. But the fear mongering that happens in St. Charles or St. Louis County is making it difficult for him to do business.
Yeah. Eventually a Satchmo's comes to St. Charles. Eventually they said, I've had enough. There's this place that's opening up in Wentzville.
No, they don't. We've talked about this a million times.
How many people have moved out of New York, Manhattan,
and then you
to
always go
Florida?
to New York? We've already had the business owners on here who told you.
Really?
It's not, and Ben explained
I'm
this
going to
to
go
you.
talk to Ben today.
Ben, the owner of
I'm going over
Satchmo's,
there today.
has explained this to you.
And he still owes us gumbo.
Yeah.
And the owner of Wheelhouse explained to you on the radio, said, well, no, we'd prefer not to come out there. If we have to talk about it, but we're a St. Louis brand. Nobody's moved out to St. Charles because of it, Eric.
Okay. Give it.
It's not as easy. It's hard for, it's easy for you to move around and do what you want to do, but a lot of people can't. I couldn't just move around like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry. I just can't.
He sounds so yeah, whatever you say.
I went over to St. Louis one morning for breakfast about, 5 months ago, and I walk in the joint with no mask on, and I'm just looking around at all these fools, and I'm going, you guys are just petrified, aren't you? You think there's a ghost around every corner. Come over to St. Charles, and they looked at me like I was damn nuts.
But again,
they looked at me like I was crazy for not having a mask. I go, guys, don't worry about it. I'm from St. Charles. It's all good.
Yeah, we don't do those in St. Charles.
Well,
I invite everybody. Let's go.
Well, from the Facebook line.
We're going to Gingham's.
Gingham's. Michelle from the Facebook line says, a friend of mine works at the mill, and if they don't want to take vaccination, they have to pay for their own weekly test at $50 a week.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
Todd Bodecker says Sam Page would probably win again if they were voting today in St. Louis County. Just to let you know that about what the county is, since you brought up the county. Melissa says, my son's father died of myocarditis. I kept telling him, don't get vaxxed. That's Melissa's take on it.
Mm-hmm.
So just making sure. Oh, did you see that now private insurance will pay for 8 home tests per month per person?
Yeah, but there are none.
You got to get the test. Correct.
You can find them. You just you have to look. They're all over.
I don't want to look. I don't want that much burden in my life.
Then order them online if you want. But you don't have to. You're your own boss. You work for yourself.
That is true, and that sucks. That I can't just say, you know what, I don't want to work for myself anymore. I'm going to go get a job. That is something I got to literally put in front of myself now.
Starbucks, your favorite place in the world. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Seriously. I might work at Starbucks. Go ahead.
I apologize.
Not after you hear this.
Starbucks is now forcing their employees as well. If you don't get vaccinated, you're going to have to pay for your own weekly test. So they are doing that to the employees, and you're kind of on the side of the employees. Are you still going to go get your coffee? You still going to support Starbucks? Yeah, you will.
My addiction is my own thing.
Oh, okay. I see.
You know what?
I see how important that is to you.
If I have to go to Starbucks, I'm going to go to Starbucks.
Yeah, I know you are.
What if your
I
crack
knew the answer to the
dealer
question before
required
I
a
asked.
vaccination card to buy crack from him? Would you still buy crack from that guy? Or you'd find a new crack dealer?
I think that's a new industry.
Go to Caldi's. Why not Caldi's over Starbucks? If Caldi's isn't requiring vaccinations or tests.
Yeah.
As Todd and Joe said, time to go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
I just think this
What's
whole
the new
thing's...
one? Mudslingers.
I already told you.
Mudslingers is big out here.
In Michigan, blew my mind in the Detroit area. Dunkin' Donuts coffee is bigger than Starbucks. And it blew my mind when I was there. The lines for Dunkin' Donuts coffee are out the freaking door like they are at Starbucks here.
Right.
Yeah, try Dunkin' Donuts.
I will.
There
you know,
you
it
go.
doesn't sound bad. It's a little too sweet and a little too... I don't know. It's like it's like going to a polka band to play Van Halen songs.
Well, that's because you were in Seattle at the time of the Starbucks boom.
Yeah, I had to.
And that's one of the places that you call home of your 5 places where you're from.
I had to choose between Seattle's best coffee and Starbucks, and I ultimately sided with Starbucks. I don't even know why. It's just but I don't think Dunkin' Donuts does it all that great.
They both are that bitter sort of burnt flavor, which is
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
Cindy, Eric barely makes it here on time. He's not going to make his own coffee at home.
You know what? This is not.
Although that's a great
This is not
idea,
rip on
Cindy.
Eric week.
Although the Dunkin' Donuts line might be shorter.
I like the way you think,
Just
but
saying.
but I have to drive so far to
Todd
get there.
says that Starbucks coffee is burnt bean taste. Come on, yuck.
You're right. Why don't you just?
And that's part of their. That's what
Is
they
it
have.
really?
Yeah,
I don't-
absolutely. Starbucks has a burnt sort of. It's the roasting of it.
Yeah, I'll never sit in a line for any coffee, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, I wouldn't.
The trick is just to order on the app, and it's ready when you walk in.
I'm sorry. You know what, Vic? Tell them whatever. Tell them what you told me earlier about Starbucks or coffee not really giving you energy.
He said it already.
Well, basically, the article that I read last week said that what, and I'm not a doctor. I'm not a
But this makes a
dietitian.
lot of sense.
It says that what caffeine does, and I was studying because it's some new drinks. I was studying some new drinks that are coming to market, and basically the whole thought process, the science behind this is that caffeine blocks receptors in the brain. Now, once again, this is just what I read.
This is
So
fascinating.
basically, caffeine is not giving you energy.
Right.
It's blocking your brain receptors from getting the message from the body that you're tired. So that if you're not getting the message, you can continue to go on and do what you're doing easier. You don't have extra energy all of a sudden to continue the task in the days that you're doing.
Isn't that the truth?
And then what's in those 5-hour energies?
And then same thing. The blocker, it blocks the receptors. That's what the science was explained. Then when it wears off, you're more tired than you were before.
I think you're right.
But once again, when I was reading, I was like, damn, I haven't looked at coffee the same in the last week. But I don't know if that's 100% true or not.
It sounds logical. It's like, how can you have something that gives you energy called caffeine? Blocking a receptor to make you think you're tired makes so much more
What's
sense.
the difference
to
between
me.
that and a pain receptor? That blocking the pain receptor.
Then you just made his point.
That's what I'm saying.
You just made Vic's
what's
point.
the real difference between that?
Well, it's not a point. It's just what I had read.
So let me
because
ask you
there's
this.
some new, very creative drinks coming to market that actually focus on your focus.
Do you ever drink decaf, Eric?
Never.
Just saying.
I'd rather
So
drink
so you
cement.
don't drink coffee for the flavor. You drink coffee for the effect.
As Joe Patterson says, it's like an endorphin rush from working out.
Okay, let me ask you this. Is there anything, did they make reference to anything? It's like, if you really want energy, you should do this.
No, that's what it's about. Focus, rest, all the natural things you hear about. Great diet, rest, water, all the things that we don't get enough of.
Water.
The top 10 list.
Water. There you go. It is about water.
All of that.
It's about
I'm a
water.
big believer in water, as I've told you before, as I try to do.
But haven't they come out and said, regardless of, it's not just water, it's fluids?
Yeah.
Like coffee is still would be considered in
I
your
don't
water
think
consumption.
it is.
You really
I don't
love
think
coffee.
it is. I don't think. No, did you hear about this? And now we're
Yes, it's a drink segment.
Here we go.
Relax. We're not every topic we talk about is not going to make everybody wonderfully happy. We run the gamut on everything.
Here's something that Troy Aikman said that made me go, what? He said that he did a sit-down interview with Brady, and Brady said he drinks 2.5 gallons of water a day.
I drink a
I'm
gallon.
like, what?
Yeah, and I drink a gallon a day. And look how good Troy Aikman looks.
And
still
Troy
at his
said,
age.
he goes, I wasn't expecting anything. And then at the end of like a week and a half, he goes, he felt amazing. He was losing weight. He goes, it was the most fascinating thing he's ever done. Now he's a complete addict to water.
I'm an addict too, and if I don't get the water now after drink, because I'll drink right over 100 ounces a day, and it is amazing. The first thing I noticed was you don't want to eat as much. The second thing, your skin starts to clear up a whole lot more. It does. And I think you'll look younger.
Your
you feel better.
pliability of your skin, like when I went to the doctor and they talked about it, the pliability of your skin, if you pinch it, if you're hydrated more, it's different. It goes back.
Really?
Yeah.
This is why this show is so amazing. You don't get this information on CNN or MSNBC.
Yeah, you do at certain times, I'm sure. But yeah, water's. And then when I just heard yesterday that Troy Aikman drinks two gallons a day. And I was like, I don't like the equivalent of what I would do would be 6 water bottles a day. That would be 12 water bottles a day. I don't know how that's sustainable.
Think about 2 gallons of water passing through
And
your
the other
body.
things, that's the
I
problem.
go through about 6 of these at least a day. Plus,
that's not even half
Brendan,
a gallon.
that's awesome.
No.
That's over.
Plus-
that's 100 ounces of
right.
water a day.
Plus, I'll do like a Yeti full with dinner.
Oh, well,
at
there you
least.
go.
So that about 6 of these a day, and
But-
a Yeti full.
But I'm
Or two.
constantly. You're constantly in the bathroom.
This is true.
That's an
Depends undergarments. Brought to you
stop
by.
it. That's gross.
I just have a like tube. It's in my sock.
Brought to you by the astronaut.
Yeah. Brought to you by Pea Socks. Hi, I'm Shanny for Pea Socks. I drink a lot of water every day, and sometimes I can't leave the show. So
Eric
I
Johnson,
just pee right in my sock.
Brendan Shanahan. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2.
Pea Socks.
Yeah, you need to take vitamins because you can flush out the nutrients as well. All right, we'll be right back with more right after this on The Edge.
The Edge Morning Show is coming right back.
People's Bank and Trust is helping you get a grip on your finances with our new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills all from the palm of your hand. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net for more information and to start using mobile banking. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Shanny from the Legendary Lunch, and I'll tell you what, this has been such an amazing football season so far. So many great games, so many great plays that you don't want to miss a single snap. And Mascots Bar and Grill has you covered for that. They get every single game every Sunday. They have NFL Sunday Ticket, and they've got some of the best food around. Enjoy your Sunday game day at Mascots. Play in the Bags tournament out front. Come inside, watch all the games. Keep track of all your fantasy players. It is so much fun at Mascots on a Sunday. You won't want to miss it. And if you tell them you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, you can get that legendary lunch special all day long, $5 for a big old burger and fries. It is so delicious, and you don't have to do the dishes. Hang out every night of the week if you want. Come play rock and roll bingo, and you can win some great prizes at Mascots Bar and Grill, 4881 Mexico Road in St. Peters. Mascots, home of the legendary lunch special.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. What do millions of Vuse Alto consumers know? Well, they know that all Vuse Alto liquids are blended in the USA, with pods sold in tamper-evident packaging, and that Vuse vapor products are available at reputable retailers. And now, you do too. Get to know Vuse Alto at Vuse.com and get it in store. Vuse, charge beyond. Underage sale prohibited. Website restricted to age 21 and over tobacco consumers.
Hi, this is Curtis Marks. I'm the owner of Complete Auto Body and Repair. Now that things are back open, the vaccines are out, we are ready to get back to work. The kids are home, and I'm sure you're ready to go back to work too. We are hiring all positions. We are looking for everyone and anyone that wants to make life better for themselves, and we want you now. CompleteAB.com is where you apply. CompleteAB.com. Join the complete experience. No more sitting at home. Let's get back to work. If it's not perfect, it's not complete. Others can't compete with Complete Auto Body.
Dad, and service.
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixed the cars.
My daughter used to be a shining star. I would tell her, there's nothing you can't do. Now, it's like living with a stranger. It happens so fast. Centerpoint Hospital, real help for addiction and hope for a bright future.
If a young person dear to you is facing substance use, the Changing Point at Centerpoint Hospital now offers adolescent treatment solutions with detox, 4-week residential, and outpatient treatment. The Changing Point for Adolescents at Centerpoint Hospital. Hope for a bright future.
Spectrum Glass is known for their quality work on windshields, but they do so much more. Spectrum Glass also specializes in residential, commercial, and automotive window tinting. Reduce the heat, reduce the fading, and increase your comfort with professional window tinting from Spectrum Glass. Serving St. Charles and surrounding counties since 1995, Spectrum Glass is still your premier company for windshield replacement. And with free mobile service, they come to you. 636-294-1800 on Facebook and SpectrumGlassOnline.com.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a speed bump. Did you hear what I said? I'm a speed bump. And if you have cut-rate car insurance, the cost to reattach your muffler could really be a bump in the road. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Barely made it back after going to the bathroom.
It's all that water.
Drinking all that
talk.
water.
The water segment brought to you by
P-Socks.
and Depends Undergarments.
God. I would rather it be like Dasani, which is the best water I've ever had. And by the way, when you drink a lot of water, you start to taste
You
the
know the difference,
flavors
yeah.
of water. And Dasani, whatever they put in Dasani, whatever's in Dasani, it's working. I can tell you that much.
It's crack.
Yes, and we'll take some of that crap because it worked. We appreciate everybody joining us today. Thanks again for joining us. We'll come back. We'll do it again tomorrow on Wednesday. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you for Fox 2 News at 5 and 9 tonight.
Hey!
GFN